but people have been trying to resell these codes for thousands of dollars, which is crazy. So those are the price, but how many people are willing to buy that now? Price might still be up there, but the thing is, people were paying that like often. What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome back, y'all. It's another episode of Autonomous Income. I'm your co-host, Deuce Noble.
And I'm your co-host, DJ. What's going on today, Deuce?
Hey man, same old, same old. Another day, another dollar. We're living in this AI world, and it's really their world, right? We're just living in it. But no, there's been a few things that's came out, a few things that I've seen on the interwebs, and I think it's cool to let's have, kind of unpack a few things from there. So first thing first, a company called Sintilay, an AI shoe designer, essentially. So now we're getting AI design clothes. We're kind of going to dive into what Sintelay's been doing and how cool some of the things they are working on and what that looks like. And also we're going to talk about the new AI agent everyone's been buzzing about. Manus is a new AI agent out of China that is a general AI, agentic AI. So it's been doing a lot of cool things and very, very powerful. So we're gonna go ahead and kind of unpack that. All right, DJ. So which one do you want to take a stab at first?
Let's start with Syntilay because you sent me Syntilay and I was taking a look at that. That seems like really cool. I definitely want to I don't know. You have me wanting to order a pair, that
Order
shows
a
that.
pair.
Yeah, like you just
Hey,
to order,
as
try
you
it
can
out because
tell, I don't
yeah,
need any more pairs of shoes. However, I feel like what Senselay is doing is really cool, right?
yeah.
They designed these shoes, and essentially right now they have one pair, I guess you could say, like slides. They call it their Explorer. It is really, really unique as far as what it looks like and how it is designed, right? So what they do, they take a scan of your foot right on your phone. They design it using AI based on the measurement, width, and everything of your foot. So they're all custom designed to your own foot, and they use 3D printing. And I feel like a few other. I think they use, was it Midjourney to help design the shoe initially, and then you have these shoes, right? So they are up for order now. You can order. They're about $150, which in all honesty is not the worst, but also, it's a slide for $150, but I've seen Yeezys go for more. But yeah, man, these seem pretty cool. The technology is really, really fascinating, incredibly innovative because all you have to do is literally scan your foot. They take that scan, they use their models to analyze and figure out the data and the size of your foot. And voila, we have clothing and shoes designed by AI. What do you think, DJ?
So I do like the personalization aspect. So scanning your foot and like saying if you have like a little bit wider foot because some people have
Spoken like
wider
a
feet.
true product manager.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair. Okay, I'll take that one. But yeah, you do the personalization because like that is one thing that I think is gonna move us into like the next phase. Is just like artificial intelligence as you look like even Google their
Absolutely.
new model. Like they have one model in Gemini, not to divert, but they have it's called a personalized model, and it basically will use its responses and use a lot of your search history or what you search for to kind of help guide the responses or give you more relevant information. So aside from that, with this aspect, as it comes to like your human physique, like everybody's different, right? So like it's scanning that and giving you clothing recommendations or giving you something specifically tailored to your foot. People have pronation issues. So like if they overpronate, underpronate and all that, like I think this, once this technology gets to that, or I don't know if Syntilay, I can't even say that, I pronounce it, but if they're going that far into it, but from what I've seen, like, the design, it definitely seems like something my kids would wear. I mean, I might, try it out just because I think it's cool. But $150 though, Deuce? What do you think about that price point?
I will say the price point is pretty steep for what it is. However, I feel like based on the technology and innovation, that price might come down, but it's the first of its kind, right? Based on it's designed specifically for your foot. So it's not really like a one size fits all type of thing. It's like usually I'll go and get me a size 13, right? This is more so, this fits perfectly to your foot. So for custom, essentially custom orthotic 3D printed shoes, I feel like $150 is a fair asking price. It is a little bit on the higher end, but no, I mean, that's just my opinion. However, I'm interested to see how comfortable they are, right? And like you said, are they going to help for, different things like your overpronation or different type of orthopedic things that, you might need, right? Granted, at the end of the day, these seem like a great shoe to wear to the beach. Outside of that, I don't know how durable the material is. No, I know 3D printing has come a long way and you can do a lot with 3D printing, but at the end of the day, these seem cool, right? I think that's really the long and short of it. But one thing that I found interesting that, this was backed by the Reebok founder. What's his name? Was it Joe Parker?
Yeah,
No,
Joe Foster.
Joe Foster.
Yeah,
All right, but yeah, Joe Foster is back. This whole project in this company, which is pretty interesting, right? He's an OG in the sneaker game. He's been around clearly for a long time.
been
Reebok
around for a while. Yeah,
has been killing the game for years to come. But this is probably really one of the most futuristic shoes. And you could think about this, like you always say, DJ. This is the worst it's going to be, right?
yeah,
They're
yeah,
obviously going to get better with their shoe making and designing, and I think that they have a lot of potential. So if you guys are interested, or if there are any, sneakerheads or hype beasts out there that are interested in trying out some AI design shoes, hey, there goes Sintelay. Check it out.
yeah. I mean, I'm torn, man, because like I think it's just like because I think the idea is cool. Like 3D printing has been around for a while already, right? So
Of
that's like
course.
been a thing, and like, but I do like I was saying before, like how they're trying to innovate here. Like let's scan the use computer vision for
Right.
some ways, scan your foot and and personalize that. I wish maybe they had more design options. I say, and maybe this is their MVP product. They're starting out, and they and I totally get that, but I just
It's definitely giving like, they want to be in that wave of Yeezy foam runners, a
yeah,
few of those like kind of like bulky, futuristic dinosaur type shoes.
not dinosaur.
I'm just saying it's like dinosaur alien type, real bulky, real
Yeah,
rugged type of
and I'm trying to
design,
think, what's the
which is
use case?
cool.
Like, I got a cruise coming. I have a cruise coming up that I'm going over with the family, so maybe I could
Hey,
rock
that
these.
would be a great use case
Again, yeah, because
because
you
if you
don't
think
really
about
like,
it, they're
yeah,
breathable, right?
they
They're
are
breathable
breathing.
shoes
Yeah,
because I mean they're 3D printed, so it's not like they're really enclosed. It's all breathable, washable, and odor resistant. So hey, if that's your use case of going on a cruise, go
I don't
ahead.
know, man. I just don't want to be walking around and hear somebody be like, "What are those?" You got on your feet. That's the last thing I want is to see somebody getting like
Yo,
that. Like, hey, yeah, what is that? Hey, yo. Like,
honestly, at this point, I don't think people even care about that anymore. Look, people are back wearing Asics like it's real,
that's
real
true.
cool.
That's true. That's true.
But I'm not going to get caught in no Asics outside. Asics to me are still running and walking shoes. Like they're not. But that's just a whole other story for
That's a whole nother.
another
Yeah,
day.
you're right. You're right.
Like I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. But I think it might be a little cool to go see. Look, you pull up on the beach. You know what I'm saying?
With your dino
Got my
boots
shoes on.
on.
Somebody come with one of those,
Yeah, but
and
hey,
you might need to school them right quick, man. Might need to school
like, she's like, see what you these the AI, these the new AI joints. You don't have those. Like, say
them.
something. But yeah, I mean, I like innovation in this space. I mean, it seems cool. We'll see how it goes. Like, of course, to see. I don't know at that price point if I'm just gonna jump into it. Like I was thinking about it, but $150 for some slides, man. I don't know. But
Like I said, definitely steep, but I do see the innovation. I do see where they're going
yeah,
with it. Interesting to see.
it is
But,
interesting.
like you said, it's really futuristic. They have a good, I would say, foundation. And moving forward, this is the worst it's going to be. Not sure how the price point is going to go up or down, but hey, seems pretty sweet to me.
Well, if you end up buying a pair, let us know how they feel in the comments. Let them know. I've seen a couple reviews, of course, like that, and people said that they like them, but these are early adopters that are into stuff, probably like you and I do. Early adopters, like we're usually more forgiving of products because we understand, MVPs and just like first iterations of products and all that. So if you buy any, leave some comments below. Let us know what you think about those. If you like them, love them, or if you will never wear them again. But yeah. Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
All right, man. So this has kind of been, making a few waves in the AI world, kingdom, whatever you want to call it. But Manus AI, they released their general AI agent, which is pretty sweet. And a few reviews out there. I know a few YouTubers have put their thoughts out on Manus. But I mean, it's really interesting because they come out to bridge the mind's actions, and also it doesn't think, it just delivers a lot of results. So it's one of those agents. We're in that agentic era where things have been coming out, but this one really helps you build out different scenarios. You can build out businesses with step-by-step plans with this. All you have to do is prompt it. This agent is really really interesting. Also, not I haven't had an opportunity to use it because they're keeping those codes close to the vest. So I think it'd be interesting to use. But yeah, what do you think so far about Manus?
Man, so I love the concept. I like everything I've seen, and I like you haven't had a chance to delve into it yet because of the wait list that they have, and some people I know have access to it and they love it. And the thing is, dude, it's like brings a bunch of the tools that are existing together. Like, and I think they've been very transparent. I've seen the creators or owners of Manus, comment basically on X, and they'll put out just like, hey, this is kind of what we did. Very humble about it, but they put everything together in an awesome package. So cool thing about it is, you give it one prompt and it has a browser access to that API, like, and it has access to just a lot of the tools all together collectively in one space. Because if you think about ChatGPT, right, just they have your chat, and you have a Dolly 3 to create images, but they have different models for like deep research, and they have a different experience or different chat for, and then Sora is all different. They're not saying that they have something with Manus that like Sora, but basically they have these different tools for each of the things versus like having everything in one combined package. And that's what I think Manus delivers on. It just makes it super easy. So as you know, when we're building out AI agents and other tools, like you can build sub agents and do other things, but this like main agent, basically, I think it's doing a lot of that all in the background, and it'll have sub agents go do tasks, and then it kind of compiles everything for you. But it's just one interface that you kind of deal with. So I just I like it, and I think that's why it caught fire, just because of the
Well,
execution.
also not only to that, their claims to their benchmarks, they have, I guess, GAIA is a benchmark for, evaluating all general AI assistants. And their claims is that Manus AI has surpassed OpenAI's deep research. So they're really setting a really good standard as far as what these benchmarks are looking at, right? Because they're beating them on every level, which is interesting because deep research, it seems like I said, the AI arms race, so to speak, is ebbing and flowing, right? A couple last month or so, we had DeepSeek R1 that was really, really good. Then, OpenAI dropped deep research. Now Manus AI is claiming to be even better. So it's just a step up. And like you
Competition, man.
said,
And we can't forget Google, like Gemini, they just refreshed their models, right? So, and we'll probably talk about that and go deeper on another episode, but they've just like refreshed some of their models, their Gemini 2 models. So now they have their deep research, which is no longer in beta, and apparently it's no longer using 1.5, their older model. It's using their Gemini 2 thinking model now. So yeah, you're right. To your point, I mean, like there's heavy competition, and we can't forget Anthropic either with their 3.7 Sonnet model, right? So, and
that's
that's
right.
apparently on the back end of Manus. Like that's the one that's primarily doing the coding, because Anthropic, like that model is really good for coding, right? I mean, probably the best, I would say.
So one thing I thought that was pretty interesting, right? So like you said, there's a wait list for Manus, and however, there's been codes that have been released. So you have to sign up, put on the wait list, and they give you a code to come in. But people have been trying to resell these codes
Oh yeah,
for
yeah.
thousands of dollars, which is crazy, right? Just to try this thing out. So there's, like you said, a lot of buzz behind it. They've even put up some of their use cases on their website as far as what other people are using. So, like, people have been building out Super Mario Minecraft style. People have been planning, their trip to Japan. A lot of different things. It's been really, really cool. Like a whole itinerary of things. People have been doing the research on AI products for the clothing industry. So it's really, really cool to see some of these use cases. But I don't know, man. What do you think? Would you buy a key from somebody for a thousand
Yeah, I
bucks?
mean, Business Insider, they reported people were paying up to maybe more than $1,000 and more on the resale sites that are on there for access to it. But I think what this brings in is just like every, like, say next month, if there's this new thing that comes out, people are really paying. They're like set to pay. And then we just talked about this recently, how OpenAI with their agents, right? $2,000, $10,000, $20,000. Like, I think it's really there. There might be a partition here pretty soon about how intelligent a model that you have, or intelligent an agent that you have access to. You might have to like pay, a good amount for it. But then what that return on an investment is, like, would it be worth it to basically say, hey, I want to get this level of intelligent agent or agentic system, or, sub agents and all that, whatever is going to be, available to you, and have them solve this problem for me, or, start your business, and run the business, or whatever the case is. Like, I just think that is, something we have to think about, is just like really getting your either funds together, or getting something, like making sure that you can, it just feels like there's going to be a big gap, right? Like, oh, you might only have access to this because you can only afford this much. And that's what I'm getting concerned about. Because, you have $20,000, that's going to cut a lot of people out per month,
You know what this
now,
is
and again, it just depends on what you need to use it for also. But it's just a concern.
You know what this is kind of reminding me of? You remember when basically what I'm getting at is like the sale of like these tokens to get in on these new AIs that are dropping, like, and obviously they're dropping every month. New ones are popping up, new models. These companies are really, really into, like, this really is the era of AI. But you remember a few years back, I think maybe at the start of 2020, where NFTs caught fire, right? NFTs have been around for a little while, but they really, really caught fire. And when I tell you people were breaking the bank on NFTs and a lot of different things
Yeah, because then
in
somebody, it was something monkey or something like that that got sold. Like, there was a whole, different types of them, and some of them were trading for like, 6,000, 6 million, excuse me, something like that. Yeah.
they caught fire so quick and people were paying all this money, reselling them. The blockchain was really, really on fire, right? And now look at it. These things are worth pennies now. And I hate for this era of AI really to catch fire like it is right now. It is on fire, and I hope it stays on fire for the most part. But it just reminds me of seeing people trying to buy $1,000 tokens to get into Manus AI. It's like, bro, I don't know about that. So,
It depends. I mean, and I get it. I mean, I think the product teams, I'm sure, are trying to find the appropriate pricing, right? Like, you see that those iterations with OpenAI, right? They came out with the $20 plus plan. At first it was free, and then the $20 plus plan, and then the pro plan. And then now, of course, with their agents, and for them, like, the more value that they deliver, then the higher the price. And then, of course, they have enterprise, and they have different levels that people will need access to. But, it just seems like we're starting to see how that's going to look in the future. If you kind of look at it, like, you could have agents or agentic systems or access to these tools and or services at that point, that might be in the, tens of thousands of dollars, right? And then you might have like some more basic ones or whatever the case is. But it's just interesting to see that. And I did look it up. Okay, so it's the Bored Ape Yacht Club. Remember those? So the Bored
Board
Ape.
Ape Yacht Club.
Yeah, so
That
apparently, as of now, or as of yesterday, the floor price for those was around 25 grand. Still to this day, for the Bored Ape Yacht Club, basically the
so
floor.
those are the price, but how many people are willing to buy that now? You know what I
Man, I
mean?
don't know. I mean, the market
That's
cap
the thing.
was
Like, the price might still be up there, but the thing is, people were paying that, like, often. And for those who you know invested in a few NFTs in 2020,
Well, yeah,
like,
so it favors those early. Like, if you get in there early enough, I mean, so if something makes
did
some good
you
head.
did you were you any
No,
would you
I
did you
wasn't
get
any of
into
the. No, I did because I was actually creating. So at that time, I was trying to create my own. So I
right
wanted to do that, and I created an NFT, and I was working at an ocean wallet or something.
open sea?
Open Sea. There you go. Appreciate that. Yeah. So, but I only did one, and like I was just trying to see like how it would work and everything like that. But nah, I stick to real
I
estate
bought
investing and
I
in the
actually
stock
bought
market.
two
Oh, you bought some
NFTs.
NFT? Okay.
So yeah, I know this is real off topic, but it doesn't matter. So there's two NFTs I bought from one was from an artist that I follow. He's pretty cool. So I got it one of those NFTs. The second one, actually, that NFT had a utility on it, which
Hmm.
means so that basically I forget which company partnered with it, but basically the NFT that I have, I basically bought some artwork that ultimately I own a portion of one of Nas's songs. So Nas and I forget the company
Wow.
partnered to do NFTs with one of his songs,
Oh
a
yeah,
couple of
yeah,
songs, and then when you buy into it, basically you own a small percentage of it. So what that means is the utility on my NFT pays me out in royalties from that song.
yeah.
So
And
I have
Tory Lanez did that too. Remember, like with an
right,
album,
right. So, but
yeah,
yeah, he did. But Nas was the first one with at least this company, and it's a very, very small percentage. It's nothing crazy. I paid $50 for it. It's nothing crazy, but still, it's a return on that investment somewhere down the line. As long as his music continues to play or that song continues to play, I can potentially get royalties from it. So I thought that was the
that's
cool part of
cool. That's
NFTs.
real cool. Yeah,
And that was my whole philosophy behind NFT is like make sure it has some type of utility behind it. What is it going to do, or what can it do? Right? Is it just going to be a digital piece of artwork that's sitting there looking pretty, like the Bored Ape Yacht Clubs, right? So that was my whole thing behind it. But I know we're far off topic, but I'm just saying, like it's one of those things. It's like even with AI, like, hey, what kind of impact can I have with this, right? How can I use this to better my business or my life, right? My plan. So I think it's really cool how Manus puts up like a lot of the use cases that they have for it, right? Because it's very, very vast. It markets itself as a general AI to do any and everything with that deep thinking. So pretty cool. I'd be super excited to try it out. Not for $1,000, but hopefully my name will get called on the wait list, and
yeah.
so we'll get to see how that works, right?
Yeah, I love the way they say leave it to Manus, and there's a lot of reviews. So if you guys are watching, check out Matthew Berman. I'll get in the description. He had a good breakdown of the use cases and everything like that. And I think he got access to it, so you can actually see it in live in action as well. And a few other of the YouTubers in this space, they had access to it, so you can check those out. And hopefully Deuce and I will get access here pretty soon, because I know you signed up and I've signed up, but we won't be paying that $1,000. I can tell you that right now.
I'm gonna tell you that right
So
now. That first of all, that's a little sketch. Oh, let me go to this site, pay $1,000 for
yeah,
this code. They might see you
for
the
the
wrong
code, yeah.
code. Ain't
Nah.
no security in that, man.
Nope. No, I'm good on all that. But I do love the use cases that they were talking about, like the trip to Japan, because I actually did do that, and this was before Deep Search was open for OpenAI. I think it was wild because we went to Japan last year, yeah, and then so I did kind of help that pull some information or whatever last year, and that
Yeah,
worked out pretty good. But this I would imagine to be even better. So I'd like to help you out with those use cases. Of course, with research and everything like that. Apparently, like research has really blown up, and it's accessible to people, just your average people, right? Can do some deep research on the topic and everything. And we keep going back to like when we were in school, we wish we had something like this, because man, that would
man,
help
I'm
with
saying,
papers. Or if you weren't getting something from a professor or teacher, like if it just wasn't connecting the dots, like
man, it's
having
not
this
even
kind of
that. It's the thing I would have really appreciated is so you know how you have to go to multiple sources for research, right? You have to use
yeah,
multiple sources.
just
Obviously, it helps, but
aggregates it all
using
from you.
this,
Yeah,
it'll aggregate and pull them all
I
together.
know, I
Boom! I ain't got
know,
to go to this site, that site. I ain't got to look through this book. I ain't got to talk to the
exactly,
professor. Man,
exactly.
pull it together. Boom! Right here.
And that's why
And
people still like when they Google stuff, right? And like, and that's why I use Gemini more than I use traditional Google search, because of that fact that all the most of the AI
right.
tools, they pull everything and then they curate
And
it
you
all
know
together.
what?
Yeah.
You know what? When they tell you to list your sources, APA
Oh,
format or
APA
whatever,
format. Yeah. Yeah.
hey, look, put this all in APA format for me real quick,
You know what I'm
bruh.
saying? Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, I had that job memorized doing that job. I was like, all right, let me get this done real quick. Whenever I had to write a paper, man.
Man.
But listen, let me tell you, cranking out a 20-page paper is to me now a lot easier than it seems.
Man, that's what I'm saying. I've seen some shirts out recently. It says something like, "I got my degree before ChatGPT" or something like that. So
Yes.
yeah, they have those, and
Look,
so
it's like some days when I think I'm done, when I realize I got my master's before
before yeah,
without Chat GPT. Man, I
yeah.
got two of them things.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, we
Man,
can't
look,
be too hard
some
on
days I be
ourselves.
forgetting, I be doubting myself, and I'm like, you know what? I got these things before Chat GPT was a thing. So,
Yeah,
all
before.
right,
So yeah, that was
yeah,
good. That was definitely good. I mean, so for sure in the comments, let us know what you think about Manus. If you get access to it, if you have access to it, if you've played around with those tools, and then also if you're gonna be dropping 150 or whatever that amount, do
on
the big
Sintelay. Hey,
ballers like
listen, those
yeah,
Sintelay
Syntilay.
slides. Hey, look. What I really need to know is how comfortable they are, because I love me a good slide. Okay, if they're comfortable enough, I don't know. You know what I'm
You know,
saying?
I mean, if I, you know,
Might have to indulge a little bit.
I mean, maybe
Look,
for the cruise, like I said, for the cruise, because I'm just gonna be on there. I get a few different colors, switch them out a little bit.
man, forget that. I'll be cruising right to the living room. Look, all right, all right to the living room on the
Oh, well.
couch, bro.
Hey, but you're not wrong,
But
man.
look,
You're not wrong.
as always, y'all, look, like, comment, subscribe, and share, and please let us know what your thoughts are about Sintelay and or Manus. And as always, we'll be here. Until next time.
Peace.